Yes, it did.
How is Ricco Harbor working? Because if you can get most of its blue coins in a single mission, or if it's the same.
Well, this guide splits by logic, where a lot are in the first mission, and then they just scour the next few.
Huh.
Where this guide guarantees, I don't know how many overlap, and if they're not accounting for that. I'm just following.
Maybe we should start Ricco Harbor. How many can we get in the first mission of Ricco Harbor?
The first mission is 16, and then by the time we're done with 3, it's almost done. Because 3 goes from 19 to 25.
So maybe we should do Ricco Harbor then, and then stop.
We can take this in strides. And I might actually...
Game?
Why that was hard.
I guess it wasn't open enough.
It's not that hard, it's just, like... We're going to basically...
So by mission 3, we'll have 25.
Yeah.
That's actually fairly reasonable.
And the
Did you
last...
say there were 2?
Yeah, because there was a spider on the wall. You can't kill it. You need Yoshi to eat it. There's a spider, like, right here. Oh, okay, you get what I'm trying to do. Right. There. That's 30. I think.
30?
Sweet! Okay. How long have we been recording? About 2.5 hours, most of it.
Why does it feel like 3 hours?
Yeah, we might do one more. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, what blue coin do you consider the worst blue coin in Ricco Harbor? In my opinion, it's really down to 2 blue coins. The first blue coin, I would say, is the one in the fish in Yoshi's Fruit Adventure, because you might not think about spraying a bucket of fish. That one's not really hard. It's just well hidden, because that blue coin is basically one of the blue coins where you need to know you basically need to spray random objects. And a lot of people overlook the bucket of fish because it's only in one shine. So that one is really dumb because you might not think about that, since that object is basically only in one shine. That is incredibly easy to overlook. And then the one, in a lot of ways, I would consider the worst blue coin, just because the margins are surprisingly tight, even if you use the turbo nozzle. It's the X at the top of the area, not the one at the bottom. That one, I think, is reasonable, given the fact that they actually somewhat accounted for you needing an extra bit of time to get up there. While the one at the top basically requires you to be incredibly fast, and the margins are super tight even if you set up the turbo nozzle, because it takes a second to get going. So that one, in a lot of ways, is the one I consider to be the worst blue coin, because that one is the hardest blue coin to get, in my opinion, since that one's on a timer. Whereas most of the other blue coins are just in specific missions and require just a bit of exploration. And most of them require just a bit of platforming, which I don't think is that bad. So it's really down to the one in the fish and that one X for me, because the rest I don't inherently think are that bad. Platforming, I don't mind. I just hate oddly specific stuff and oddly specific shines. But this area specifically is actually pretty good about most of the blue coins being in basically incredibly large clusters where you can get most of the blue coins in only a couple of shines. So I'm happy this area is at least somewhat good about most of the blue coins basically being in incredibly large clusters, because I basically got most of the blue coins in the first shine, and then I only needed to go to a few other shines. I guess a weird third place blue coin would be the submarine, because that can be incredibly picky and stupid. And that's also a perfect example of a weird hidden blue coin, but the only reason I would consider that third place, you might wonder if anything would happen if you lifted the submarine all the way up, since the submarine obviously continues to go up if you're paying attention. So you might actually get that natively, but that's still pretty stupid. overall, I don't think Ricco Harbor is that bad, with just a few blue coins being a bit obtuse. But otherwise, I think most of these are just platforming, which doesn't bother me. But anyway, I am starting to ramble. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.